Okay. Good evening, everyone, or good night, everyone, I guess, depending on whatever time it actually is. It is stream number 5. We've got a bunch of wins off stream. We've got a bunch of wins on stream. My TV is ridiculously loud. I don't know what I was doing earlier. And for some reason now I can't find the remote, which is always a good sign. Oh, I buried it. That's why. Let's turn that down just a little bit for me. Won't change anything for you guys, just make it a little bit more manageable for me. I don't know what I was doing before. Oh, today's been an interesting day. Pretty much slept away the entire day. For anybody like those of you that don't know, I do work a overnight / mixture of shifts between my streaming and not streaming. As you can see, off stream we got the T-Rex, or not the T-Rex, the Triceratops one that I liked with it's got the tongue sticking out there on the side. We technically still have 8 hours left. This is really weird how the timing of these two things have kind of broken. We have 8 hours left to get the bottom of the bulletkin. Very tempting, but then at the same token, I'm also kind of tempted to just say, well, what's the next thing that's going to come out? So there's kind of an element where I'm curious there. Stream-wise, what I want to try and do today... Oops, I'm on the wrong tab. I want to try and get at least a couple of the seasonal levels completed. If I can, I'd love to get like 29 and 30 done and out of the way today. And then we can work our way through the last 10 levels kind of at a pretty manageable pace. Essentially, because there's 48 days remaining, if I take 4 days to get a single level, then I'm still set. I still have 8 extra days. So that's kind of where my thought process is, because I do want to complete this season 1. And especially where we're already so far through it. So that's kind of where I'm at, and that's kind of why I'm probably continuing to gonna play Fall Guys, gonna stream Fall Guys, all that type of stuff. And I'm just enjoying it. It's fun to be able to just pick up and kind of go. My biggest complaint has definitely been the connection stuff, as you guys have seen, either if you've watched just some of my posted YouTube videos, even some of the streams, you'll see where it goes populating, like where it is now, and then it just crashes out and stuff. So there's definitely some connectivity issues, but for the most part it's been alright, I guess. Not too bad. It makes the seasonal grind more of a grind, because of the fact that you're waiting to get into a game. I think I said this on the very first stream whenever we played. I would really love to have a system in place where as soon as you've like gotten into the queue for games, that it just keeps putting you into the queue. Now, I've never spectated all the way to a win, but I'm pretty sure even if you do that, it doesn't re-queue you back into the server. But I do think that something like that would be kind of nice. Oh my god, I'm just being knocked over by everyone. Just run through. Wow, that person just dove at everybody. That is kind of a thing, too, that I find is really interesting. And I've seen it go very sideways for a lot of people, where they'll stop at the end and try to hold people back, and then you have other people that'll like try and dive and like take people out as they're going and stuff. That might be the highest number of people that didn't immediately quit. There was still 53 people on that board of 60. Assuming we started with 60, which is pretty impressive. That means only 7 people immediately hit the quit button and saw as soon as they saw that they were eliminated. Oh, the whirligig. This is still by far, of all the maps, I still think this is my favorite, as kind of simple as this one is, and I don't always do that great with this one, but I really enjoy it. Oh, I should apologize in advance too. Yesterday, or this morning, I guess, depending on how you look at it, my sleep schedule has been an absolute trash fire. The thing that I've run into with my sleep pattern has just been a mess. But yeah, I was playing New Gundam Breakers, which is like a kind of like an arcadey style, like combat sim. Like, it's hard to explain. But anyways, it's Gundam is what it is. And yeah, I've been playing kind of a bunch of that. Do a little chicken dance, and boom, qualified first. Did really well there. Yeah, so I've been playing a little bit of that, which is a relatively older PS4 game, I think, now. I had the disc for a while, pulled it out of the cellophane, started playing it, was like semi-disappointed with the high school drama style storyline that's in that game. I don't know if I would stream that. It's okay. Very confusing. At points in time can just be a complete mess on the screen, but the concept of it is like you're a high school student and you're building Gunpla, aka Gundams, and you can like mix and match legs and arms and all the other stuff, and then you're having battles with these things that you've created. So that's kind of cool, because one of the biggest things for the hobby of modeling, at least for me, because I do enjoy doing modeling stuff, and maybe I'll show some of that on the stream or in video or something at some point, but if you can actually do things with them, then that's always kind of cool. Like, it's cool to have a Gundam that you put onto like your desk that's like a showpiece, but there's also something kind of neat about the idea of that you could kind of play with it, or you could kind of like develop a game around it or things like that. So that's kind of where the concept of that game exists, and it's fun, but it's kind of bizarre in a way, the way that it's designed, which is, you know, it is what it is. So I'll probably sink some more time into that at some point, but that might be a me thing as opposed to a stream thing, unless anybody wants to actually see that, which I can always bring that up. I'm also not very good at it, so it would be one of those, it's one of those types of streams where, as a person who broadcasts once in a blue moon, you kind of get into those moments of, is this something that someone would watch? Is this something that I would want to watch? And then the question then falls to, well, probably not, because I'm awful at it. So there's kind of an element there where that's kind of why certain things I won't stream. Like, I would never stream like Halo multiplayer if I was to do Halo multiplayer, because as a kid, like growing up with Halo and sinking some serious hours into Halo, I was relatively good in amongst my friends. But I owned the game. So I could practice, I could play, I could, you know, all that other stuff. And this is prior to like Xbox Live. So this is when Halo was 4-player, split screen, and that was it. So I got relatively good at that. But then, as it became Xbox Live and all this other stuff, like, there's people out there that are 300 times better than I am. So a lot of shooters become more casual for me. So certain stuff like that I don't usually throw onto the stream. It's funny that I've almost always been on the yellow team, I find. Which I find super amusing because of the fact that if anyone's been watching Twitter, the Fall Guys account was like, if we get enough retweets, we'll delete the yellow team. And the sweet irony there was that they actually were a little bit surprised at the number of retweets they were getting. And they're like, I guess since we said it, we almost have to do it, right? It's like, well, I mean... You said it out loud. So there's kind of an element where if they do delete the yellow team, I will be both, like, excited and sad in a way. Because, I mean... Like, I'm sure if I were to go through my stats, like, on stream and off stream, for being on yellow, I'm 100% sure that we're like, not great stat-wise for our win-loss ratio as me on yellow. But that said, you then have matches like what we have here, where, as you can see, people have really learned the trick for when the ball drops down as to like where to hit it, how to hit it. So there's definitely elements where, as much as you'd think that you're always guaranteed to lose, like if you get the right players or the right team members on your team, it becomes kind of a massacre. Which is, you know, good and bad. You guys got that. That's probably going to go into... Oh, no. But yeah, there's very, very little chance of this coming back, which was, you know, I mean... I don't like being on either end of them. There's an element with team games where I don't like being on the receiving end of a complete wipe, and I don't like being on the end that wins with a complete wipe. Like, there's an element where you want it to be fair, and I mean, I've seen we've had a few matches here and there where it's been relatively fair, but, man, some of them are just, like, 14-0, and you're like, what, why? Why? Why is this a thing? So I don't know. And I find that just with the ball one more so than anything else. Like the fall ball, the soccer style match, I find it's very prone for having a weird level of that type of thing. Oh, that was really bad. That was a bad hit for all of us that were there. Definitely going to slow us all down. So we'll see how this goes. Try and keep that momentum. Oh, I'm knocked down. Ooh, come on, baby. Yeah! First round of the stream, first win. Love it. Love it. That's always such a good feeling to start off with a win. Kind of takes the pressure off, takes the, you know, you're just like, whew, okay, good. We got ourselves the win. And the really cool part about that, too, is that's going to get us a lot of points. Yes! Levels us up. Awesome. So I wanted to get to at least 30 tonight, and I think we'll probably get past that, given that we've done relatively okay. We need another, like, 700 points now. So that's quite a bit. I believe the ranks go up. Like, you need to get more kudos points, or whatever it is, to unlock each of the different things. But now we just need one more win, or... Let's see, where's the next crown in the seasonal thing? Or we get to level 32 in the seasonal thing, and then we can unlock the bullet kit. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Definitely like that. Now, as an aside, tonight might be a bit of a weird streaming night too. I don't know if I'm going to do all Fall Guys all night. I don't know if I'm going to be switching to the PC, switching to a different game on the PlayStation 4. I've just been semi-organizing and reorganizing the basement as to like where all my stuff is. At some point I should do a tour of kind of like the gaming space in quotation marks. And I was in the discussions earlier today, whenever I was awake earlier today, as we were doing some outdoor projects, since it was my last day off before going in for a little bit, shift-wise, was that we were thinking about moving the office to either the basement or the basement to the office type thing. There's been a lot of discussion about changing up the way that the house is laid out, which will be an interesting experience. Vincer, I agree. Addicted is probably a good way to describe it. We did just get a win right before this round. My very first round logging in for the stream, so I cannot complain. And that is why the addiction continues to be fed. Because at the end of the day, if you're pretty consistently winning, it's pretty easy to want to keep putting in the time. I really enjoy it. I mean, with all the Battle Royale games that have been out, I've already said this multiple times, but with all the Battle Royale games that have been out for so long, PUBG, all the other stuff, like, I was never able to get any big accomplishments on those shooters, but in here, I tend to do relatively okay. I mean, I may go 2-3 hours without a win, or I may go back-to-back wins, or I can go all kinds of different things, but at the very least, I'm getting wins consistently enough that I don't feel completely demoralized and completely like I don't want to play this game at all. Like, there's an element where like Fortnite, for example, was a game that I tried very briefly, did relatively well, and I think I streamed that out at least once just to go like, here, look, I'm trying this Zeitgeist thing, and it just didn't stick with me. It didn't really. I mean, there's people that have made careers out of their Fortnite playing, but for me, it didn't sit the way that I really wanted it to. So that game didn't really hit, or didn't really sit well. And then a bunch of these other games have been kind of okay. Like Warzone's been fun, only because of the fact that I've been playing it with friends. Similarly, that was like Realm Royale. There was people that I could play with there, and that was entertaining because whenever you play with others, that's usually more entertaining. But for a Q solo one against the many type game, this has been the one that's really got me pretty good. And I mean, price is right, timing is right, colors are nice. That's the other thing too. Every single, like, maybe with the exception of Realm Royale a little bit, and Fortnite in some cases, depending on like their season and stuff, this is colorful, where a lot of the Battle Royales have been very like dark and dreary, which this may sound weird, but I don't know if it's just me or if it's like I don't know if it's just me or if it's just like gaming in general, but because so many games have like a dark aesthetic now, I kind of don't want to play them. Like, it's weird. I don't know what it is. Vincer moved the office down, lol. I mean, I'm tempted to, but the tricky part with moving the office down is the fact that we had that water problem before. So if I were to move the office down, I would probably have to put it where I normally like to set up a pool table or an air hockey table. So there's kind of an element there where it's like, like I kind of lose. I could potentially lose some space, and I'd have to reorganize like where paintings and posters and stuff are on the walls. It's tricky. It's a very tricky endeavor. because there's not any like great place to move the office, just because of the way that the office desk that we have is. It's an extended desk, so because it's like 5.5, almost 6 feet tall, in the basement we have this like edge rim, like little like section that goes around the most of the basement that would kind of get in the way. Oh wow, this is a very small team of fall ball. Like, I don't know. This is gonna be bad. I think we are a smaller team. I think yellows are half the size of the blues, if I'm not mistaken. Or we're exactly the same, I'm not sure. This is an interesting mix. That's probably going in. Nice. Okay, we can get this other one. Oh, actually, there's going to be one that falls down, which already did, I guess. Whoops! There we go, got that one going that way. Okay, we might be okay here, I don't know. This is a pretty close match. And I think it's because it's smaller teams. Save it, chicken. Oh, I tried to hit it this way, but it was going in either way. Oh, that guy got that one pretty good. I missed. Go! Go ball! No, I missed. Oh god, that's bad. There was nobody there to stop that. No! Okay, that guy's gonna get that. I'll just try and get around. Oh, we got another score. Oh god, it just runs. Like, the ball's so heavy, it just runs your character over when you're alone. There. If I get that one up there. Oh, dang it. Alright, we made it through. That was much closer. That was good. I like whenever it's closer like that. Like, good job, Blues. We're down to 4. So we're going into a final. The question is, what type of final? But yeah, at some point tonight I'm going to have to do meal prep. I'm going to have to do a bunch of other stuff as an aside. So that's why I may do a double stream. I may stream this and then go stream some. Oh, with 4. Royal Fumble with 4 is tricky. Please don't give me the tail. No, I don't have the tail. Looks like the tail's over there. Looks like I am floating. He's probably gonna go... Yeah, he's going up that way. Which makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna go over this direction. See if I can cut him off. Wow, he's pretty much evading the majority of the players here. He's got the right idea for, like, keeping away from everybody. I got it. Alright. Don't want to go that way. Chicken Man's coming. Oh my god, someone just dive bombed me. Come on. Just gotta keep the tail away. Oh god. Got totally pummeled, but that may help me out a little bit. Give me some space. No, you get out of here. Little pink dive ball man. He's following me. Come on. Ooh. No. Ooh, 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Yeah! Back-to-back wins. Nice. Which means we got enough crowns for our bulletkin. I should buy that now so I don't forget. Awesome. Back-to-back wins, baby. 2 in a row. Look at all those points, too. Awesome. Alright, let's purchase ye old bulletkin here. And you know what? I'm going to equip it because I'm now a Triceratops with a bulletkin bottom. Oh, that's great. I still really wish we had a stats page. I'd love to know exactly how many crowns I've gotten because, unfortunately, in the top right, as I've consumed crowns, I don't get a list of how many I still have. But all good. Let's hit play. Let's get in there. Get into another round. Can't complain about that. We've had a castle rush, mountain rush, crown mountain, whatever it's called. Won one of those and then won a royal fumble right after. Cannot complain. Pretty happy with that. There is an element where I would love to get the whole 5 wins in a row thing, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, just the stress of that achievement alone, right? Because I mean, once you get to like the 4 wins and then you're in the next round where it's like you're on that 5th win, I guarantee like your heart's gonna be like pounding out of your chest because to get 5 back to back, you're going, what are the chances of this? And then on top of that, you're then adding the strain of the fact that you have to, I mean, it takes genuine effort to, we're toast. Genuine effort to be successful in a lot of these games. So there's definitely an element where it's like, oof, that's a big ask. So it'd be really cool if we could, but very, very unlikely, to be honest. I'm not, it's one of those ones where I, like, that's one of those, so there was, back whenever they introduced achievements, there was games, because, like, PlayStation, with its trophy system, didn't implement trophies until after the fact, so there was definitely an element where, for, a lot of PlayStation users, trophies and achievements and all that other stuff weren't really a thing. Nintendo still doesn't really do them. I mean, they do in the sense that if you buy, for example, Minecraft on the Xbox, that does technically count as being or not on the Xbox, on the Switch, it does count as being a Microsoft-based game, so you can get Microsoft achievements / Minecraft achievements. And I think you could even do that on like the Wii U and stuff too. But really, other than that, like most console manufacturers didn't get into the achievements thing. Steam did a little bit, but Steam achievements don't have the same style of value, I guess. Like, it's weird the way that they're designed just doesn't really, like, it doesn't mean as much to people, I find. So, to throw in something that is very unlikely, very rare, very, like, tough to get as one of the trophies, as one of the achievements for the game, there's definitely an element where, like, if you were a person who cared about those, like, really genuinely cared about those, and I like trophies, but I'm not, like, I don't have to 100% every single game that I own. I mean, there's certain ones I'll go back and I will try and get some trophies in, or try and complete some of the objectives for, but I'm not going out exclusively to try and achievement/trophy hunt. So getting that one would be cool, but is not one that I'm chasing. But it's also one of those ones where I could just see, if you were the type of person that was like, oh my god, I'm on my 4th win, this run's my 5th win, if I can get this, oh my god, you know what I mean? Like, your heart would just be like exploding out of your chest as you're sitting there just like trying to figure out if you're gonna make it or not. And then watching as, like, if you were to watch as, like, a round went kind of sideways on you, I'm pretty sure you'd pretty quickly be very upset by that. Because that would just be, like, the most frustrating thing imaginable. It's like, oh, here I was, and I had a chance at success, and it all got washed away. And, like, oh my god, I just got hit by those guys. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I would love to have it, to be able to say, holy crap, I got 5 in a row, like, that's pretty crazy. But I feel like it's a chance thing more than a guaranteed thing. Definitely does not feel like a, you know, you just hop in here and through sheer skill you're gonna get that achievement. It feels 100% like a, well, I got lucky and I just happened to have 5 rounds that went kind of my way. At least that's the way I see it. So, we'll see. I would love to have it. Don't think it's gonna happen. I have a much higher likelihood of getting a variety of wins across a variety of plays, as opposed to, oh my god, we are in trouble. He keeps giving me the tail back. Oh jeez, come on yellows, hold on to those tails. There we go, so my run's already done. So for me, I got 2 in a row and then eliminated by a team game. So that's why I say it's not, I don't think it's extremely likely. But, I mean, you know, it's cool. It is what it is. I'm just enjoying the game for what it is, so there's definitely an element where, for me, I'm not worrying about it. I didn't hit quit quick enough, so we're loading into the match to watch everybody play. I really do wish that it would just had, instead of exit, it had queue up or spectate. Oh my god, is it really not going to let me, Okay, there we go. Exit the show. There. Okay. Get our rewards. There should be a little bit of points, not a lot. Yeah, 60. 60 fame. We need a lot more fame than that to get to our next level. So this is where we might hit the grind part, but that's fine. As I say, if I can get at least 1 level every 4 days, between every 4 days, from now till the end of the season, I'm set. If I get to 30 by the end of tonight. Based on wherever the stream ends. Whenever I feel like it, / whenever I get to a stage where I'm ready to jump off and go and do my cooking, possibly setting up something on the PC to play something there as opposed to playing here. Just YouTube. No offense to the YouTube folks, but it's always fun to stream both. That's the fun part of signing up for Restream, is that you can get access to both areas and kind of be able to share experiences in a way. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, this is like these the angles on these things are getting real tilty. There we go. Not great angles, that's for sure. Oh. Can't tell if I got bumped by another player there, or if that was just because of the fact that I just didn't have good footing. Seesaw can be kind of strenuous as well, just because of the fact that you never quite know as to when your opportunity will come up to get onto one of the saws. And everybody wants to be first, of course, which, to be honest, I think I've only ever done that once, where for some reason I got way ahead of the pack. The majority of the times you get stuck kind of waiting. You get like those guys there on the blue in front of this guy, where it's so highly angled away from the other platform that you kind of have to really work your way over. I should say too, since you dropped into the chat, man, have you seen the tweet that Fall Guys put out about the donating to the special needs like all-inclusive gaming group that does like all the different like development, so that like kids with all kinds of different needs and different like disabilities and all kinds of other stuff are able to play for one costume added to the game, and like different like groups have been like bidding on it type thing. That's been really cool to watch. I don't know if that was something that they had done like on purpose, or if that just kind of came up as like a brief idea and people just really flew with it type thing. I think that's like an awesome, like that's a pretty awesome move on their part, because obviously they could be like, hey, pay us money to get these costumes into the game, but instead it's, hey, pay money to charity, and if you're the highest person that puts the most amount of money into charity and you're interested, we'll do the legal and we'll get you a costume in this game for whatever it is that you want your costume to be, or the like added to the rotation or whatever it is. So it was kind of like, that's actually really cool. Like that's taking your zeitgeist, your popularity, and kind of putting it to a good use, as opposed to being those types where it's like, well, Konami, if you want to spend $1 million and pay us $1 million direct into our pockets, yes, of course we'll make a Solid Snake costume. I think that's a really cool thing that they're doing. Because I do think that that's something that more kind of like more places should do in a way. There's definitely an element where you want to be able to have like things be inclusive. So the fact that it's something that they're genuinely trying to design and kind of put together is really cool. I'm in a bad spot of the pack here. I might not make it. Ooh. I think I might have been the last or second last one through there. Very, very close. I'll say this, I'm a little bit surprised, because with the Bulletkin having come out a couple days ago, and we did stream a little bit of this on the day it launched, whenever they said all the Bulletkins now in the game. And, team game. And I thought I would have seen more people rocking it. Like, I'm not complaining, because for me, I know I'm not rocking the top part anymore because of the fact that I have the Triceratops, and that makes me happy. Always been a big fan of dinosaurs. I think that the tyrant lizards are very neat. But, does definitely catch me as a little odd that, there's not more people with it, because there's gotta be people that are getting way more wins than even I am. This is kinda cool, because we're actually fighting over the golden egg. Oh my god, that yellow guy just carried it into the blue. We might get eliminated because of the fact that because our own team accidentally is knocking the eggs in there. There we go. No, you're not taking it. Nope. No, that stays here. Nope. Stays here. Nope. Stop that red man! Oh, no, we have an AFK player right here. Don't. Why must you be AFK? Oh, we qualified. Thank goodness. I don't understand what causes some players to end up AFK'd. There's definitely been times where we've totally lost because a bunch of people are just not playing. And there was a thing on Twitter where it was like, similar idea. Someone posted, they're like, oh, I saved this AFK player from like the memory thing. And they're like actually dragging them back and forth from like square to square, and it's like, oh, kudos to you, man. But at the same token, that guy shouldn't be playing if they're gonna be AFK. Like, don't get me wrong. Totally understand if like something comes up, like family-wise or whatever, but like, just turn off the game. Like, if you're not playing, then don't have the game on. But it's a little strange now, because I'm noticing that no one appears to be AFK now, so maybe the person was just like, I'm good? I don't know. It's really weird. It's really, really weird sometimes. And I don't know if this game has like an AFK timeout. That's one of the things with some games now that really drives me crazy. Like, there's been cases where, at the start of a match, for example, in like Battlefield, I can just take my headset off, put my headset back on, and that like 2-second like not moving, because it's at the very beginning and I'm in the spawn zone, even though I'm just thinking about what I want to do or checking out like my options for tactics or whatever it may be, that counts as AFK and you get like taken out of the game. So I've definitely had cases where games do it way too early, and then I've had other cases where it's like, why is the game not getting rid of people that are not playing? Like, there's such a variety out there of weird rules that are put in place as to what counts as AFK and what counts as knockouts or not knockouts, I find. Because it's just weird. Like, every game does it so differently. Every game's like, oh, we didn't see an input from your thing for like 2 seconds and you were in the spawn zone, so we're gonna eliminate you. Other ones, it's like you have to stand still for like 5 minutes before it eliminates you. Other ones, it's like you can just seemingly drop from a game at weird times. It's really, I don't know, it's bizarre. Really, a fall mountain already? But we still have 12. I am so used to this game throwing a group of 12 into a team game or into like a final round game before this. This is like the most people I've seen on a mountain run in a while. Like, this is kind of nuts. And like, oh, that was a really bad hit for me. Oh my god, there's no... Oh yeah, I just got flattened by 3. 3 boulders just got me. That's pretty bad. We're in an okay positioning, but I mean... Ooh. We're losing all of our momentum. That guy's closer than me. Yeah. Yeah, we lost all our momentum up there. I'll take a second. Like, I'll take it. Like, that was pretty alright, given the fact that every boulder in a row hit me. Considering I was up there second on our side, and the left side had gotten up there just a little bit before us, I cannot complain. And the nice part is it's going to give us a lot of fame points, too. So, almost there. We're only about 80-some points, 81 points away from taking fame level 30 for this season. I have to admit, this is going a lot quicker than I expected. Whenever I originally queued up this stream, I was like, oh man, it's going to take a while to grind out to level 30, but that's why I got to stream it, that's why I got to play it, that's why we got to go, that's why we got to get this done. And, yeah, here we are. We've done maybe 4 or 5 rounds, and we're already, like, we've already gone from 28, and we're almost at 30. So that's actually kind of cool. Pretty much, if we can get through 2 rounds here, I think that's enough points to get to 30, which is perfect, because then, as I say, 4 days, 1 level, then I have more than 10 sets to be able to get, because I have 48 days remaining of Season 1, which is great. I know I commented on that, like, the last stream, but that's such a great decision. Like, making a, wow, how did that person somehow, like, that pink person somehow just appeared in front of me. It could be just my eyes. I could be mistaken, but it really looked like that pink dude just from out of nowhere just spawned in front of me. So I don't know if that was like the game being nice to them, or if that was just like a chance thing, or what that was. Very, very strange. We might get ourselves a first. Cool. But, yeah, that was weird. That was really weird. I'll have to either go back and look at that, or I'll have to actually kind of work my way through that side of things, because that was very strange. Here we are, just running along, and all of a sudden the pink guy's like in us. Very weird. That's a brand new skin. So that person that's wearing the green, like the mint green with like the little lightning bolt symbols on them. So there must be still people that either are not getting new suits or have not bought a new suit yet, or literally are just, you know, playing so casually, or have just started. Because there's a lot of people that are wearing like some of the OG colored suits and OG like wolf outfit and stuff like that. And I'm kind of jealous of the Steam version now too, because I saw the Steam version had some like Team Fortress costumes, which looks pretty cool. I'm hoping I'm hoping that PlayStation allows them to do like PlayStation-based skins on here. Although at this stage I don't know what that would be. Maybe Horizon, I guess, would be like one of the main like PlayStation-y based series. Like I've kind of, as much as I've become like a PlayStation person over an Xbox person, I still don't really know who the mascot for PlayStation is. There's a lot of games that are like Ghost of Tsushima is only on PlayStation. Horizon technically was a PlayStation exclusive. Now it's a both, because it's been released on PC. But like I don't know, like if you had asked me in the PS2 era, I would have said like Sly Cooper, Twisted Metal, so Sweet Tooth, Hellgas from Killzone, stuff like that. And I mean, PlayStation 3 had that PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale or whatever it was called, like the Smash Bros. Game for PlayStation, which straight up was like, yes, this makes sense as to like the characters that we associate with PlayStation. But there was definitely an element there where I found that the carryover didn't really exist. Like there is that whole element of like Sly Cooper, for example. Sly Cooper is a branding that people associate with PlayStation. But when was the last time they released a Sly Cooper game? Is what's kind of weird about that. Oh my goodness, I might actually get a first here. We're doing relatively well. But but yeah, like I can't remember the last time we had a Sly Cooper game, because that's Sucker Punch. Infamous was like a series that was associated with PlayStation, but they haven't made one of those in a long, long time. Killzone is pretty much gone. I mean, at the very beginning of the PlayStation 4 era, they made Killzone Shadowfall, which did okay, but didn't really like break any massive barriers, so a lot of people didn't play it, or a lot of people didn't really sink the time into it. I only recently streamed and finished playing the storyline of that. It was fun, but it was not like, you know, massively amazing game or anything like that. I mean, Horizon was definitely the focus for Guerrilla, I think. Oh. Got this guy's tail because he's doing the middle running around the center technique. That is certainly a thing that many people have done. It is a strat. Arguably a very legit strat, because it can work. I think there's another person doing it, so I'll... Yep. There's also one hiding right there. Oof. I got thrown pretty bad there. Toucan, leave me alone. Qualified. But yeah, like at one point in time I would have said Metal Gear, but Metal Gear has now become all the different consoles. Yeah, actually PlayStation branded. Spyro would have originally, but now Spyro's on everything. Crash Bandicoot, the same thing. Medieval arguably is a PlayStation brand, but not many people play it. Like, I might be one of the few exceptions. I may actually want to try and finish that, like try and put some more time into that game. We played a chunk of it when it kind of came out and put a chunk into it, but I never really got like deep into finishing it. Try and go for the one that's on their side. Hopefully this team game can go okay. I mean, in the scheme of things, we've definitely gotten our level 30 for sure. Our fame 30 or whatever. It's just now a matter of trying to stay in it. Like, I'm not, oh, yeah, I'm in a bad positioning for that. Oh, they've already got one. Wow, the positioning that I'm at is so bad for this. There we go, get that really rolling forwards. Oh, right over us. I do kind of wish that this was actually like a full game mode that you could just play this, because like similar to Rocket League, this is pretty entertaining. Oh, we're 2-0 already, which is not great. They're going for the jump bounce there in the middle. Really got to get at least one of these through. I'm gonna kind of back up a bit because I know they're gonna, yeah. Let's see if I can, oh, 3-0. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I was in a bad positioning. Come on. Yeah, no, this is not, 30 seconds. Very unlikely. So we're probably eliminated here, which is kind of the way it goes. This was relatively close for a team game, I would say. Definitely not like a total annihilation. Like 3-0 is not anything to scream and yell about. Even if this becomes 4-0, it would still not be a... I'd love to get at least a point here so that we can just say that we're actually on the board. But it seems like their goaltending is just too strong. Just too strong. Definitely one of those ones where, like, as I say, I would love to be able to queue up without those. And I'm not saying, like, eliminate that, because there are people out there that are going like, oh, we should get this, you know, we should get this eliminated from the game. And I'm like, no. Like, no. Oh, wow, I need like 1,000 to complete this. That's a lot of rounds. That would be 5 or 6 rounds of what we just did. It's amazing the amount of points that you need to get to the end of this sucker. I don't know if 4 days is enough now. I'm starting to worry. But, yeah, as I've said before in previous streams, I would love to be able to queue up for different modes. Like, if I only want all the one versus many modes, or if I want to have only team games, or if I want to have a combination, like, being able to, like, set that up as, like, a queue would be great. It would take some of the randomness out of it a little bit, just because of the fact that if you're always doing race type games, or if you're always doing games where it's you against everybody else, then there's nobody else to blame for you losing a run. Like, you can't be like, oh, our team's just not strong enough against that other team. Oh well, you know what I mean? It would definitely take that element out of it. It'd be essentially the equivalent of soloing or duoing or trio or quads for like a typical battle royale. So, as I say, not like a necessary thing that they need to put in, but it's something that I would find helpful, for me at least. But that's just because I play solo. Like, I'm a most of my games are played with my, like, you know, just me and me alone. It's very, very rare that I'll play with anybody else, just because schedule-wise, even if I want to play with other people, oh my god, we're just gonna be completely, yeah. Oh my god! All the boulders, they all came down that same line, so every time I got up, it's like thump, thump, thump. We made it, it's all good, but my god. I was way out in front of the pack until the boulders demolished me. Yeah, so for me it would be nice to be able to have that. There we go, there's a few more Bulletkin folks there. I would personally like being able to queue up for solo and having solo-based games every time, but that's just because the team games aren't as much fun for me. Just because I don't have the investment in it, right? Like, it's all, for me, it's almost like random chance. It's like, am I going to make it? Am I not going to make it? Based on if my team's doing okay, because let's face it, I'm not great at the team games in the first place. So because my skill is lacking, I kind of have to rely on others, and if they're not better than I am, or not as good as I am, or whatever it may be, then that's where we're kind of euchred. Which is, you know, part of the reason why the winning 5 shows in a row thing feels like it's so unbelievably impossible. I do wonder too, though, because I was kind of doing some research into this. Apparently, a lot of the people that have 5 wins in a row may not be legitimate, which is a shame, but that's kind of the thing that I think very early on I was mentioned to me, is that there was some folks that are a little more prone to cheating, which is like, alright, like if that's how you want to play this game, I mean, good for you, I suppose, but definitely an element of, like, what do you get out of that? But I guess some of those, it sounds like some of the people that have unlocked the 5 wins in a row have been folks that have cheated, so that's kind of unfortunate. I'm sure what'll eventually happen somewhere down the road is, if the game allows for private, or if the game's servers kind of, like, slowly become less populated, like if Fall Guys doesn't have a high enough interest rate that eventually you get people that are, like, really good at the game that are the only ones still playing, and then they can kind of coordinate with one another and be like, hey guys, since we're the only ones all queuing up, let's get each other 5 wins in a row. Like, I'm sure there's ways to, like, cheese it if you had to cheese it eventually. If that was something that people really wanted or really needed. I just want to get more wins. That's all that I want. I want more than crowns. 2 in a row back-to-back at the beginning. Like, that's crazy to me. I can't believe that. I'm used to getting relatively lucky and getting some pretty good rounds, but, like, we've made it to the finals a couple times. A couple more times than the ones that we've won, and we've done relatively well. Oh boy. Here's an egg scramble. I really want to know where this other map for egg scramble is. I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but every single time we log into egg scramble, the actual image for it has like a frog head over the corners, and that's not here in the actual game, so it kind of... Oh my god. It kind of makes me wonder, like, if there's some other map or some other mode to this that they had in development, or they had in... Why is my own team holding me? I'm trying to get us eggs. Why? What do you accomplish by this? God. Let me go. Hey, you, hey, 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 get out of here. Red, like, why? Red, you have 28 compared to 7 and 17. Like, get out of our friggin' egg nest. Get out of here. Blues, I can understand you guys coming over here. I get it. Survival of the fittest. Totally understand. But... ah, it's my Triceratops brother. Oh, we got someone who just went AFK. They've just given up. One of the blues there. Or maybe they've disconnected? I don't know. Like, there's definitely some elements that are not clear. Wow, we have defended our egg nest very well. We somehow ended up with more eggs than the other teams while defending, and that poor blue guy was just, I don't know if he just gave up or like what exactly happened. I can never tell if that's, like, I can't tell anymore if that's an AFK or if that's someone who's like actually quit out and they just left the person's body in the match. I don't know enough about the game to know how that works. Oh boy, perfect match. I lost one of these the other day because I decided to look at my phone and didn't move. So when it changed, I just plummeted. It was great. I'm kind of right in between the two here, so this is fine. Like, I really like the bulletkin thing. That was such a great sneaky little addition that they threw in. Like, I was really, really glad about that. I was trying to see if I could trick anybody. I've seen people do that. There's actually a Twitter video of a person who, like, a whole bunch of them all jumped to a square and then jumped off at the last second. And people followed them to the wrong square and all died. It was great. Watermelon. So that's, how did I miss the one up in front? I feel really silly. Okay, so grapes, watermelon, banana. So grapes. So I'm on it. And we're done. Yeah, so yeah, I watched a video of where like a whole bunch of these like people that were queued up as a team all jumped to one square. So then everybody else jumped to that square, then they jumped off of the square with like a few seconds remaining onto the correct square and just watched as like half of the people in the memory thing all died. It was like, oh my god. Something you can do as a team of 4 that you can't do as a solo. Oh, what? Don't we have like 16 people? Oh my goodness. Thank goodness I'm in the front of the pack, I guess, but like, this is absolutely crazy. Like, what? Why? Ooh. Oh, that guy just killed us all. He got stuck in the thing and it got thrown at us. Oh, that other guy's closer for sure. Huh! Oh, don't tell me I got it! Oh my god! Yes! Sweet! Oh, that's awesome. Oh my god, I can't believe I beat... The other guy stopped because it was too high in the air. And I just was like, okay, I know he's going to jump around the same time as me, so I just got a momentum, go for it. And I just grabbed it at the bottom. Awesome. Ooh. Oh, that's great. Okay, okay. Oh, that's 3 wins tonight already. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. I'm really happy about that. Considering I hopped into the stream thinking, oh, you know, I'll try and grind my way to fame level 30 and try and collect a few things here and there. If I'm lucky, maybe I'll get some wins and I'll get the bulletkin. Maybe I'll get this done. You know, and then we got 3 wins already. It's like, oh my god, yes. I just can't get over the number of people they queued up for that. That was almost 20 people that were in the final run. I cannot, for the life of me, tell when this game is deciding to like, put people in. Like, there's definitely an element where I can't really tell what triggers the game deciding, you know, okay, we're going to the final round. Like, it's kind of nuts. Because, like, it's one thing when you're queuing up with, you know, 4 or 5 people, and you're going, oh, I gotta race 4 or 5 people. Whenever you've got to race, like, 20 people, and yeah, you're out in front, but, like, you're getting pummeled. Like, we got hit by the bulletkin. Like, the one guy that was dressed as the bulletkin came over and hit us from being hit by, like, the paddle. And then the boulder rolled us all over, which slowed us right down. Like, that other guy on the left side, he should have had it because he was way ahead. But because the crown floated up and then floated down, like, I just lucked out that I was just high enough to touch it as it was coming down. Man. Oh, feels good. We're definitely, well, as I say, I'd love to have stats because I cannot, like, we got 3 wins today. I got 2 wins the other day, so I'm at least, what, 5 to 6 wins, I assume? Or actually, I could do it, well, no, I can't even do it based off of buying the bulletkin because the bulletkin's 10 crowns, but some of those crowns I got as part of the seasonal, like, fame rewards, so I have no idea. I'd have to actually go back and count exactly how many I have. Which is also kind of a bad sign in a way. Like, if I have to sit down and count how many crowns I have, that's good in the sense that, like, ooh, I've won a bunch, yay. But bad in the sense of the wins aren't meaningful enough to remember exactly how many I had. And don't get me wrong, like, I have the same problem with, like, any other, like, title of this variety. The only reason, like, in Warzone I know I have 1 win as a trio is because literally I have 1 win as a trio. I play that game as a free-to-play player. I'm not like super competitive in it or anything like that, and yeah, I find that in that particular mode it's fun with friends, but, like, I'm not looking for wins. We got lucky and got a win, mostly because one of my buddies was pretty much just, like, wiping the floor with all the, like, it was a trio that they'd asked me to be kind of like the, you know, the deal breaker, I guess, if you want to call it that way. Like, essentially, okay, you're the one that's in command of this, like, if we have, like, 2 decisions to make and we need, like, a tiebreaker, you're the tiebreaker, essentially. Or, like, you tell, okay, you select where we're going to drop first, all that type of stuff. So I was like, let's just go for, like, the mountains, and we stayed in, like, the mountainous range and got some pretty good weapons, got some pretty good gear, and then kind of, like, tried to keep our way moving in with the smoke, or with the gas. And as we worked our way, like, down the mountainside, like, I ended up dying. One of our other guys ended up dying, and then it was just the one guy left, and he was against, like, 2 or 3 other people. And the 2 or 3 other people, I guess a couple of them killed each other, and then there was just one left, so it just became this kind of, like, cat and mouse of finding the last person, and sure enough, he was able to take him down, so we were able to get a win in Warzone, which was cool, and I have that now on, like, my mental/gaming badge record, I guess. Obviously, no, I didn't record it myself, but I know they recorded it off of, like, their phones on the screens, because, as I say, the PlayStation doesn't let you record Warzone directly for some reason, which is really bizarre. Like, you can't even take a screenshot, which is weird to me, because you'd think that they would let you take a screenshot. But I don't know, like, it's this weird, I don't know if it's, like, a weird, because it's free to play, or if it's because it's, like, whatever it is, but it's really bizarre that that doesn't let you do certain things with it. But yeah, that was kind of one of those, like, oh, that's really cool. I'm really glad we got there. Nothing compared to the sensation of, holy crap, I've won a bunch of Fall Guys games because of the fact that this feels like such a more, like, hectic, like, you never, like, yeah, like, this is right here, what's going on right here, right now, is an example of why you never know what's going to happen. I just keep getting knocked over, I haven't made the jump at all, people are pushing me around, and I'm eliminated. So, that's what I mean, is, like, stuff like that, like, you never, oh, we might have glitched a bit, you really never know what's going to happen in the Fall Guys round. Where with Warzone, and with a lot of those shooters, it's like, okay, did I get the best gun for the meta? Yes, okay, that's going to give me advantage. Did I get all the shield pieces? And yeah, that's all random, but there's definitely an element where if you can have certain unlocks, certain things that are unlocked for you, you do get some advantages. Like, there's definitely an element where a lot of the people in the meta are people that have bought the game, that are paying for the season passes, the battle passes, all that other stuff, and are collecting enough material and enough items to be able to have, like, the best gun for that, which gives them a higher up than me with my loadout running, like, an M4A1, which is, you know, not bad in the meta, but not amazing compared to, like, Odin's and whatever else. So there's, like, there's an element where it's, like, the pay to win feel of that game is definitely there, which is also the nice part about it for me, because being a free to play player on it, I don't have that investment. Like, getting a win in it is great, but you don't have the same level of, I guess, someone who has bought a copy of PUBG or bought a copy of Call of Duty Warzone, or owns, you know, I'm trying to think of the other ones, has put a lot of money into the battle passes for Fortnite, or has put a lot, or sorry, Fortnite Battle Royale mode, because Fortnite actually has more than one mode, which was really weird, because I still to this day am so confused over where the pivot occurred for Fortnite, because Fortnite, whenever I was originally looking at Fortnite, Fortnite was a Kickstarter game that was based upon a PvE mode, and yeah, was not anything what it has become. That game surprises the heck out of me all the time. Harshal, Fortnite saved the world. Yeah, that's the Fortnite PvE mode, like, versus the husks and whatever, which is totally separate from the PvP mode. Like, it's a different queue, it's different gear, it's different items, it's different, like, everything's completely unique for that. And that whole side of things, like, it's essentially a tower defense game is kind of what it is. You build a fort and then you try to survive the storm. Like, that game surprises me every single time, because like, I didn't expect it based on when I originally saw it and when I originally was exposed to it. And I played a beta for it. I went, oh, it's a tower defense game. Okay, that's kind of cool. Seems neat. Seems fun. Really cool idea. Okay, epic. Like, well done. To then become this whole other thing that has, like, musical concerts and, like, movie-related, like, activities and, like, Marvel-based, like, you name it. Like, just some of the stuff that is in that game now is mind-boggling. Because you look at it, what's probably almost 10 years ago now, because it was a while back that they originally announced that they were working on this thing. Like, it's a long, long time ago. It was just PvE. It was just the fighting the monsters thing. And then it became this whole other thing based off of the Battle Royale or the Hunger Games genre. Because that was kind of where that all kind of originated, and everybody and anything out there has pretty much done a variation of that. The exception being, like, I don't believe Halo has had that type of a mode yet. I say yet because we have a new Halo coming out sometime in 2021 that probably will incorporate some of those ideas. I'd be surprised if they didn't. You then have... What else has not? That's the thing. Like, it actually is more effort to think of, like, what games haven't done it compared to what games have. I think Battlefield kind of no, but Battlefield kind of has that side to it already. Although I have a feeling that Battlefield probably did a version of it. Or a style of it. Battlefront didn't. Battlefront is still a game that I find to be a lot of fun that I'm absolutely no good at. But it's definitely one of those ones where it's very difficult to master. Has a lot of weird, like, card-based mechanics that I'm not kind of completely, like, understanding. And then, like, the whole earning points in a match to be able to unlock different vehicles and unlock different characters and stuff is, like, it's cool and all, but I don't know. I miss the old Battlefront, like Battlefront Original and Battlefront 2 and Rogue Company and stuff like that from, like, the PS2 and Xbox era. The new one's fun, but it's just not the same. This is going to be an interesting one. I've had some really up and down runs with Fruit Shoot. Quite a few times, just been totally flattened by all of the fruits all of the time, which has been so enjoyable, and I just got, like, me and this pineapple are just getting killed over here. I don't know if we're gonna make it, given the fact that we're being very unlucky on this side of the map, but I'm hopeful. Alright. Made it. Very close. There's only like another 10 or 12 people that could make it. Like, that, yeah, that mode, sometimes, Fruit Shoot sometimes can be really, really rough, because once you get knocked over, you can just repetitively get knocked over. You don't even have a chance to, like, move away from the different fruit that are coming at you. Okay, so 13 qualified. Does that mean we end up with a final, or do we go to a team game? We go to a final. This is so weird. I have played so much of this game, and only today am I getting finals where it's a lot of people. Like, every single time that I've played, we more often than not have seen, you know, 2 to 3 extra people, not like This is kind of crazy. Oh, didn't make it. Oh, fell down 2 levels. Like, this is not great. Oh my god. Okay, let's just really... Might as well just... Because I think we're on the second to last or third last level as is, so I'm just gonna start clearing it because that's what everybody else is gonna do anyways. Yep, here we are. I mean, I can try and get a better ranking, but I know I'm pretty much in trouble. Yeah, there it is. The guy bumped me and knocked me over. I mean, good for him. I hope that ends up being the winner, but I don't know if it will be. Where is our winner? Our winner must be way up at the top still. Oh, that looks like the guy that knocked me over. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. Congratulations to them. But yeah, it's really weird to see finals that are I don't know if that's something that they've updated, because the servers were down earlier today or earlier yesterday or whatever time it is now. It is currently 0:55 in the morning on the 19th of August. My goodness, can you believe it's almost August done already? It's almost time to go back to school. That was always the crappy part about school whenever I was... No, you know what? Like, I enjoyed going back to school. It was just... It always felt like it was so fast. Because I always remember we would get off at the end... We would get out of school at the end of June. And we'd go back by Labor Day, so like just after September 1st. So usually September 2nd or 4th or whatever fell after the weekend. And I always found that so bizarre for the longest time. Because of the fact that, for me, like, so much of my family has birthdays that are all at the end of August. Like, majority of my family are either in August or in, like, March for birthdays, for just some reason. Like, they're essentially early spring or late summer. And that's kind of it. There's not a lot that are in the winter, there's not a lot that are in the fall. Majority are in the same kind of range on my parents' side and stuff like that. So you'd know you were getting close to like school time essentially because of the fact that everybody would start having their birthdays. It'd be like, oh, it's this person's birthday, it's that person's birthday. It's like my grandfather is late/early September. Wow, I lucked out there considering I kept getting bumped around. So for him, yeah, that was pretty crazy. Harshal, you know the song The Entertainer? That sounds familiar. I'm pretty sure if you mean like the 1920s/1930s song, The Entertainer, then yes. I can't really describe how it goes, but it's like the old black and white movies song. I do know what that is. Not that that makes me old, that's just one of those ones that they use for a lot of... They use that for a lot of cartoons now, I find. It's like, oh, I forget how it goes. It's tough. It's hard by Scott something. Yeah, Harshal, I think I do know which one you mean. But there's like a lot of those like oldie time songs that are like I can picture it and I can kind of hear it in my head, but to replicate it for some reason is really tough. And it's actually a pretty basic little kind of jingly thing. God, what's it? I'm having a really hard time here because I can, honest to God, like, the first thing that pops into my head is that whole like, oh God, like, how's it go? Like, Or something. I don't know. God, I can't do it any justice. If I was a piano player, because I'm pretty sure it's a piano-based song, unless I'm completely mistaken and thinking of something different, then I have it in my head, cannot for the life of me say it out loud. I'm gonna just try and hold all of these. Just don't let anybody out. I shall defend the nest. I shall trip you all. Oh, no! Someone stop that. Oh well. We're doing okay anyway. I was wondering what the major show game it's in. I know it goes the longest time, but I don't know from where. And I've got the right song? It's like, it is... If I didn't have to use my phone for chat, I would probably see if I could look it up to get it to actually play. I don't know of any... If there's a game that uses it, that's actually really smart. Film-wise, I think Charlie Chaplin probably used it in some of his stuff. You could also probably find it just on its own in certain things. A lot of people like to use it for like documentaries. Any like old-timey documentaries, you'll usually hear that song somewhere in the mix. There's kind of like there's like a few of them that like are your 1920s, 1930s songs that they'll just pull in there because they're like back in the day, you know, and it's like that type of thing. Because it's like a royalties-free classic at this stage. There's like an element where I guess like after a song's a certain number of years old, it doesn't have like Beethoven and Mozart. Like you can't really pay royalties to Beethoven and Mozart because those dudes is long gone. So there's like an element where I guess after like a certain another option too, if you're not sure how it goes or if you want to listen to it, is just to look up like piano medleys, because a lot of piano medleys will give you like the Pachelbel's Canon, will give you like the Entertainer, give you a whole bunch of those different types of things, where those are like kind of classic things that people, especially people taking piano, will learn pretty early on. Chopsticks is another one too. Some people really like Chopsticks. I'm not huge on it, but some people really like that one. So it's used a bunch in a bunch of things, huh? I was wondering how I knew it. Well, it's a thing where, as I say, you'd find it in, like, if there's a documentary about, like, cars and manufacturing, in many cases they use that, or they'll use it for, like, prior to the war, and then all of a sudden they'll change the music for, like, now you're in the war. Like, essentially, if they're, like, telling, like, the history of, like, Britain through the 1920s to the 1950s or type thing. It also got used in a lot of cartoons here and there, being relatively royalty free and all that. Like there's just the convenience of that. There's a whole bunch of different cases to be made as to where and why that thing became a thing. And it's actually a good piece of music. There are a lot of pieces of music that you've probably heard as a result of watching almost any TV show, or watching like documentaries, or even just like some school-based stuff will have those types of music in them. Like a really common one is the I call it like the chase music, but that actually has a name. Oh my god, I fell out of the ring. because there's like that one where it's like they're running around and they're like, you know, like it's like a kind of like a like old westerny style, like silly music that's going down. It's pretty well known, I would think, because that's one that you'll often. Oh wow, that guy did really well to get that jump. I've never been able to pull that off. But yeah, it's there's a lot of them out there that are different, all those different styles and types of music. They get, like, cartoons love them because of the fact that they're very jingly and they're, like, like, copyrighted, essentially. There's a lot of opportunity there for being able to throw them into your cartoon. Electric Virus, hello, welcome to the stream. We're playing Fall Guys. But yeah, there's a lot of music like that, just especially piano pieces, where they get thrown into everything. Like, they'll show up in Looney Tunes, they'll show up in, like just about any game you can think of, if they can get it, because most of them are royalty free unless they have like a licensed distributor or whatever. So there's definitely an element where you'll see a lot of that stuff all through there. All that type of thing. Oh god, I was not paying attention. Was not paying attention. Oh god, this is going very poorly. Of all these purples before I drop down. Here we go. Oh, this guy's gonna try and kill me. Or not. I was ready for him to try and kill me. So used to people wiping me out that it's just like, the moment you get to be able to bounce on a couple squares and actually stay alive for a bit, it's like, oh my god, like, what's happening? There's kind of an element where it's like, oh my god, I can't believe this. And then there's other times too where you realize that you're like, okay, if I'm gonna drop down, I have to drop down here, because this is the only relatively safe place. I think I took it. Yeah! Got ourselves a hex win. Harshal, we unconsciously learned the tunes of masterpieces when we were young. It's really true. Like, if you sat there and played, like, Moonlight Sonata, the whole, like, dun 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 dun, like that, like, it starts that way. And I'm off key a little bit, but that's essentially the way that one is. Or like Pokeball's Canon. Pokeball's Canon is used in so many songs. Recently, what's his name there? Levine. God, the popular guy from Maroon 5. I've forgotten his first name. Anyways, he put out that song, and the undertone, whatever you want to call it, is Pokeball's Canon. If you take that song and then you look back through time, Pokeball's Canon's been used like 400 times. In fact, it's normally a Christmas song. Like, it's normally one of those ones that you hear at Christmas as like a Christmassy, like, carol on its own. And then you end up seeing it in like all these different songs of, like, you know, We'll Still Go On, Still Remember, all that stuff. Like the Graduation song, I think, uses it as well. Like, there's so many of them that use Pokeball's Canon. There's so many of them that use, like, snippets from Beethoven or from Mozart. And the problem is, because it's the same sampling over and over and over, you hear it over and over and over, and if you clue into it, you clue into just how like repetitive some of the more popular current music is. Because you get to a stage where you go like, that is just taking from this song, which is taking from that song, which is taking from this song, which is taking from this classical piece from like 200 years ago. Like, it is kind of crazy how that works. But the reason that it works is because it's something that people are familiar with, something that people already have some form of a like, oh, this is not bad. And then you throw your own little style onto it, and it becomes another thing. You see that type of extreme with like, oh my god, I think it was like in the early 2000s, everybody was making a remix of Sexual Healing. It was insane. Like, there was so many different R&B, rap, pop, all kinds of different other types of songs that were all sampling from Sexual Healing. And it got to a point where I was like, I cannot even tell who is singing these songs anymore. I'm just like, I'm totally confused as to if these are separate songs or if these are the same song or what, because it just messed me right up. And the only reason I know that is because I have an ear for it. I'm one of those types of people where I have an ear for similarity. So there's an element where if I hear stuff like that, where I hear like the same tone, the same wow, the same type of patterning to music, I can very quickly go, okay, this is this, or this is that, or this is, and it often will like kind of jar me pretty heavily. There's a lot of times where I'll start listening to something on the radio and I'm like, oh my god, this is this, and then I'm like, no, wait, it's not. And it kind of messes me up, I find. I get into a stage like that. For Elise, yeah, that's another one. LOL, I had to write an argument in English whether Vanilla Ice copied another song or not. You know what? I could say Vanilla Ice probably did copy another song. I could totally see that. And I mean, and the thing with fair rights usage. So if you've ever wondered, you're like, how is it that if I play this music off the radio when I'm streaming, or off of whatever it is when I'm streaming, and it's not royalty free, but then someone does a cover and the cover doesn't get flagged for copyright? And the reason being is, if you change, I think now, I don't know if the laws and rules have changed or if they're different everywhere, but one of the biggest things that whenever I was taking a technology course through high school, and this is quite a while ago now, of course, but one of the things that they had mentioned is that with copyrights and ownership and stuff like that, the biggest connection to it is the fact that you want to be you want to be essentially at a level where you are 30%, on average, 30% or a third different than the original. Like, so I guess that would technically be 33%, but still, the point is you want to be just enough different from the original that you can therefore justify it as the fair use, and therefore it counts as, so that can be something like changing the drum, changing guitar, changing some of the beat patterns to it. The other one is changing singer, because arguably, if the singer is singing for 3/4 of the song, if you change who the singer is, a cover is then technically a fair use of that song. So there's a lot of stuff like that that's kind of like, it's kind of crazy, but that's why you would have heard, and you hear a lot of musicians and a lot of different like sources of music that are very similar to one another. A good, like a really good recommendation that I put out to anybody is, there's a video, and it's, you can get there's a video version on, there's two versions of it. There's like a more recent version, and there's a later version of it. The band is called The Axis of Awesome. They were a comedy, like musical band, similar to like Flight of the Conchords and Arrogant Worms and a bunch of these different like types of groups, or like a Weird Al Yankovic type thing. They make a song called the Four Chords Song. The premise of the song is you take the same 4 chords and how many pop songs can you fit into the same 4 chords. It is very well done. It's very like, gives you kind of the shivers in a way, because you realize that a lot of the most popular songs on the planet can all be broken down to the same basic 4 chords. And yeah, like music theory, like if you go into music theory and like all that type of stuff, like it was something that I was interested in but never dove fully into. Like they go crazy over what constitutes as popular, what constitutes as like sellable, and oh man, it's just it kind of like sends shivers down your spine to realize that like 3/4 of any music that we listen to has been made before or has some connection to a song that's been made previous. Like it's just like, it is so bonkers. Oh, that's oof. Ooh, we got lucky with the bounce. That was a lot of fruit coming at us. But yeah, I don't know. That's a me thing too. Like as I say, I can't almost listen to top 40 anymore, just because of some of that stuff. Because of the fact that it then just leaves me wanting to listen to the original songs. Like you just get to a stage where you're like, it's like, this is this song. Well, there was also this other song that was this song that I remember from my childhood that I'm more fond of, and then it makes it a lot easier for me to just hop onto Spotify or hop onto SoundCloud or any of these other like different musical sources, even just YouTube for like different music stuff that pops up. I just find genres that I like, subscribe to like channels that post from different artists, different genres, and then just kind of go from there. Like one of the ones that I've really enjoyed lately is Dance with the Dead. They're a synth kind of rock mix that I find very entertaining. They've got some good music, and you can get all their stuff off of like Bandcamp. Like you don't have to go to iTunes, you don't have to go to whatever, and it's good. I've picked up most of their albums now. I do at some point have to transfer them onto either my phone or my old iPhone, so I can take them in my car with me, go to work and listen to some hardcore dancing with. Oh my god, a person just ran off the front. They were having none of it, I guess. This is what? I have not seen this pattern before, I don't think. This seems different. Okay, this is... Everybody grabs each other and tries to push each other off on these. Oh, this is gonna get, yeah, this could get kind of rough, I think. No? We're not gonna end up with smaller little... No, I guess not. Okay. No, we actually went back to the big... I don't understand what this patterning's doing. This does not seem... Like, I feel like we're being lulled into a false sense of security here, and it's gonna throw something at us that's absolutely insane. Like, I'm genuinely waiting for it, because this does feel like it's almost too easy at the moment. And I know I say that with the fact that I've been knocked off by so many of these, like, all it takes is a person bumps you, you end up on your side, and then as the square keeps pushing you, you can't get up. So you can't actually get out of the way of it, and by the time you do, you're, like, locked into it. So there's definitely an element where it's a little scary. Okay, here we go. We're kind of at the end of this. This one's not too bad, because the patterning for this is just literally the back and forth, which if you can time it relatively okay, you're usually alright. And some people don't, which happens. You want to be relatively close to the front on that, because if you do get hit by one of those blocks and get pushed, you can still walk around it. I mean, we're at 7, so I'm guessing we're going to a final. I don't know. Like, tonight's games have messed me up. We had a final, a run for Fall Mountain, like we're doing now, that was almost 20 people. Like, it was at least 3 rows of the 5, so 15, plus another row of like 4, I think. So it's 19. So I don't know. It's become very random as to what they put or don't put out there. As per usual, I'm going with the right side. It doesn't always work out for me. Like, that was almost not good. That was bad. I'm quite a bit behind that green guy over on the left. If he can clear through there... Okay, well, we're here about the same time, so... Oh! He's just ahead of me. Just ahead of me. Congrats, man. I like the spiderweb one. That's a pretty cool costume. That is one of the shames of the, of some of the costumes that you get, too, though. It's like I have the legendary T-Rex color pattern with the legendary, like, heart and star pattern that's underneath. You don't see it. Like, you don't see it at all. Out of curiosity, when does the switchover happen? So another 3 hours? I don't know if we'll go that long, although I am tempted to get that. Like, I'm really happy that we have all of the... Like, we got the spiderwebs, we got all this stuff. I'm really happy about that. I'm tempted to just purchase the other stuff so I have it. Just to, like, add it to the collection. You know what? Let's add some stuff to the collection, shall we? There we go. Okay. Hop back into the queue. But yeah, like, music. Man, music is... It's so subjective to the specific person. And it's so interesting how... Like, some people like it for beat, some people like it for tone, some people like it for the lyrics, some people like it, like, it's cool. It's really cool to mix. And I just love music in general. Like, I find that it's something that I enjoy. I don't listen to as much music now, unfortunately, just because of the fact that I find with where I work and how I work that a lot of folks like to have radio and like to have like different stuff playing at different times, and that's entertaining and it's fine and everything else. But after you've been on a 12-hour shift, you've had an hour of travel time between the shift back and forth for going to work and coming home from work, and so you're at like 14-15 hours of your day of being out of the house, and you've been listening to music that entire time. That's not necessarily your music of your taste, but just music in general. You kind of just want silence in a way. Like, it's kind of sad, because like I used to definitely play and listen to a lot more music whenever I was like going through university and like going through high school. Even we just have like the tunes cranked and whatever, and everybody's hanging out and had a good time and, you know, all that type of stuff. But now I just find that it's like, oh man, like, it's too loud, it's too this, it's too, like, it's kind of crazy. You feel like you've become like the real old man, but it's just a matter of that you're so inundated by music in general that silence is kind of nice from time to time. Or you just find it loud, which is really weird. I never thought I would have that situation, but I now find music to be loud if it's too loud. Harshal just imagined games or movies without music. It would be so weird. It would be. Imagine, so like, you can't tell this because of course through the stream I'm I'm broadcasting the audio at a set version. So like the PS4 actually converts audio to a level where voice and gameplay are relatively balanced. And then you on your end adjust the volume to if you want it to be louder, quieter, whatever it may be. It's easier to do that than to try and suit the volume for everybody whenever you're doing YouTube streams at least. And as a result of that, you definitely end up with a lot of variation whenever you switch over to like Twitch, like OBS, because you have so much control over the different levels of audio and music and everything else. There's definitely a different sense as to how the volume and all that all kind of comes in. But yeah, on here it's all pretty flat usually. Like it takes whatever the music's at and it just kind of leaves it as like an relatively expected level. And so what I've noticed is that like game-wise, like I'll turn down games quite a bit now. Like whenever people are always like, oh, it's loud, it's this, it's that, it's like there are, and this is like really strange for me because it was not always the case, but like there's certain shooters that I will play with no audio, which you would think would make it impossible to be successful in those games, because one of the biggest things about like a shooter is, whoops, I didn't mean to grab that from you, I'm sorry. Here, take it back. Take it back. I don't want it. Take it back. But yeah, one of the biggest things with... We're gonna go into overtime. Oh, no, we didn't. One of the biggest things is being able to hear where your enemy is, or hear where your opponent's gonna be. Like hearing the footsteps and stuff like that. And there's actual cases where I just straight up turn it off. Or turn it way, way down. Which you'd think would give me like a lower chance of being able to accomplish things in it, but for some reason I just find that that's not a... It's not a hindrance, or not like a disconnect for me. And the lucky part too is I play enough single-player games that whenever I'm playing multiplayer stuff, unless it's Fall Guys, if I'm playing multiplayer stuff that really requires sound, and I'm like really into the competitive side of things, I'm usually going to be with a team of people, and it's usually going to be on PC. It's not common that I would do that on the PS4 anymore, with the exception of course, like the occasional Warzone match now. But really, other than that, it's not a common occurrence for me. We've got an AFK yellow, which is kind of a rip for us. That can be a problem. It also may not be. So I don't always... Okay, stop. Come here. Somebody stop him. Somebody stop him. Okay, because if we can hold... Yeah, I'll hold you. Let's dance. La 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 la. I'm dancing with the little bird man. Doo 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 doo. I mean, in the scheme of things, if I hold on to the one guy this entire time, and it stops him from picking up an egg. No, come here, I want to come back to dancing. But yeah, if I were to hold him the entire time, it would potentially stop him from taking eggs, so really... that's not necessarily a negative. And it is the blues that are trying to not be eliminated right now, so I do feel a little bad for dancing with a guy for like 3/4 of a game. Oh, did someone just kick in? Oh, nice. I just watched as a yellow one came flying in. Sweet. Well done, yellows. Sorry, blues. Not how we want it to go, but that's how it goes. Oh, ooh, tiptoe. With a lot of people. With a lot of people. Yeah, only 12, so like half. Half to qualify. Nope, there's nothing there. Okay, so there is one there. It's a little too far out to really reach all that well. It goes this way. Comes to here, which means it has to come up here. And then, does it go up that way? No. Oh, they're finding the path pretty good. Okay, so it has to go left or right. So it goes left. Oh, it goes left further. And it still goes left further. So that's probably the end. Oh, I qualified! I smashed my face into the finish line. Oh my god, that was great. Oh, I unlocked a trophy, track star. Oh, I'm sorry, that's bad. Oh, trophies are bad. Yeah, because I'm not streaming from an Elgato. That trophy is just going to be a black blurb because it doesn't... Oh, I should have turned that off. Really sorry about that. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, let's do it. Fall Mountain, final round. There's 12 of us, I think. Something around that, at least. So it should be 2 rows. Yep, 2 rows of 5 plus the 2. So yeah, there was definitely 19 people in one of these runs before. That's crazy. I'm in the front again. I am lucking out with the spawns as to where I'm standing in the lineup. We'll see if we get any luck with the boulders this time, though. Oh, what? Oh, the boulders. Oof. I ran into that. That was my own fault. Okay, squeeze along there. There's definitely people on the left side up further than I am. This guy's going here. Took a bit of a tumble. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They definitely made it up there before us. Oh, that's one of the DLC costumes. You can get like a collector's edition type thing that actually comes with that that costume. I'll take it though. It's not a win, but it's, I mean, I love it whenever I get to a final round, regardless of what the final round is. Because then it gets you a nice set of points for kudos, gets you a nice set of points for your fame. It's a pretty good run so far. I'll take all this. We've been doing all right. Tonight's been pretty good. This has been a better night than we've had on previous streams. Most streams it's like a few hours and we get like maybe one win on stream. And then very often I'll quit the stream, play, and for some reason I'll end up getting a win and I'll be like, oh my god, really? This is literally 5 minutes after I stopped streaming because I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna be able to get any more wins. I'll just grind out the season. And sure enough, that's okay. If I ever end up with those, I can always share those through good old YouTube with the PS4 share button. Nice feature. Not the preferred way to experience a win because you miss out on the It's screaming and yelling as I'm like, oh my god. But it is what it is. Uh-oh. What is going on? Why is there a... Okay, I don't think I've ever spawned that far back before. Where, like, half my vision is blocked by a balloon. Oh, wow. We got apps. This looks very frame ratey. I don't know if it was just me, but, like, the frame rate looked like it was taking a tank there. Like, that was really messy looking. With the compression on the YouTube upload, too. Oof, I wonder what that's gonna look like. That was very, very dirty. For sure. Oh my god. Spin around that way. Spin around this way. Alright. Hey, there's that pirate guy. Is that the same pirate guy that won earlier, I wonder? It could be, because they would have queued up around the same time as us. Oh my god. There we go. Qualified! You have officially qualified. Congratulations. Oh, I hate being down there. That's like the biggest objective I have with this particular map, is not to fall off the spinning discs. I can fall off here, I can fall off, like, or get bounced around at the end, or I can, like, screw up at the beginning where all the spinning things are at the beginning. But, like, please, 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 never let it be a screw up at the end part. Because whenever you end up with those, like, holes in the wall things that you have to try and get past, and they're spinning in opposite directions and stuff, it's a nightmare. I'm sure there's people that are relatively good at getting through that, but I just find if I end up down there, it's game over for me. Super duper game over. Okay, come on. Load into another game. Let's go. We can do this. Oh, rollout. Okay. Wasn't expecting a survival in the second round, but I'll take it. It's a lot of people to have to knock off, though. Yeah, 17 is quite a few. That's not a small... That's not an insignificant number for this to stop. Especially given that a lot of folks are going to want to bump each other like crazy. I'm going to ride this for a little while. Just riding along these nice little barrels. Little rolling around. The blue one actually looks like it's pretty good space. I'm going to wait for it to turn into the... Oh no! Oh no, I think I've waited too long. Oh, that was a little bit of a potentially... That was a huge, huge gap in the ground. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. I'm gonna go for the blue again, just because I like the color blue. And then we'll work our way back over onto the purple. And over onto the orange. And we just need 2 more people to make a mistake. Because that's all that it is. This round is people making mistakes. Missing a jump or misjudging as to when... Like, I almost had one there where I definitely went. Just because of the big gap in the spacing. I do like that pirate costume. It is a nice little costume. I hope they do keep creating more and more kind of cool, unique style costumes and stuff. Because there's already been some pretty good ones. I mean, like, straight up the fact that you can be a dinosaur, you can be like a werewolf, you can be a ninja, and the cactus that they gave for free to everybody because they're like, hey, we were having server issues, so here, have a cactus. That was kind of cool. There's been quite a few different different varieties. There's not a lot of stuff spawning on this side right now. not ideal. I would like to have more... Okay, so he got that one. We're doing okay. Yellows are doing okay. I'm not going to say we're guaranteed to take it here because there's a lot of... Still potentially a lot of risk. Those guys got that one, which is unfortunate because that was worth a lot of points. The gold ring. Not going to bother with that one. Oh, I could hit somebody else. Another one's up there. Another one up there. Work my way around, I guess. There, got that for us. The pirate's on our team. Not a bad thing. I'll come up here and grab this one. I wish there was a way that we could coordinate better, where I could have said to him, like, hey, I'm going to go for the one on the right, you go for the one straight forward, but it is what it is. Ugh, that's mine. I get smashed by every single other player. They're all diving through the same one ring. One ring to rule them all. Oh man. Where's all the spawns at? Oh, that's bad. Blues are gonna win, but we'll take Beckton. So reds will be the ones eliminated. We made it through a team game. That's all that matters. Surviving the team game. That's like 90% of the opportunity in a run is surviving the team game. Oh, we're at 17. That's probably another team game. Probably a fall ball. Oh, tiptoe. Wow, I am surprised. I thought for sure we'd go to fall ball. That's, although this could go pretty badly too. 10. So we're only eliminating 7 of the 17. That's, you know, okay. Sure. Well, there's nothing there. I'm gonna guess that it's gonna turn on us, isn't it? Yeah. Yep, I think it's going. Oh my god, they're pushing me all over the place. So does it go left or right? Oh, we got a left. Oh, we've also got a right. Oh, we're still going this way. Oh, we're still going that way. So is it this one? Yes, it is. Wow, that was quite the L. We almost went all the way over. I think there's only like 4 more squares on the right of us. We eliminated our 7. We're down to 10, which means probably a final round? Although it's an even number, so it could queue into a fall ball or queue into another team type mode, potentially. No, going straight for the fall mountain. Good old final. 10, so it'll be 2 rows of 5. Once again, I've queued up somewhere near the front, so that's pretty alright. I still like going the right side, personally. So, going the right side it is. Okay, that time the ball did not really help me. This guy got a pretty good head start. I just got walloped by the gate. He's doing really well. He's probably gonna... Oh god. Oh my god. That was bad for me. Oh, I made it past him. Yeah! I had to wait. It was way too high. But we got it. Got ourselves another win. That's 4 tonight, I think. Awesome. Very awesome. Alright, let's see, where should we try and go to? Maybe what I'll do is I'll see if I can get to like 33, since we got, like, where are we in the, because we get a crown unlock if we get this. We need 200 points for here. Does it actually tell me the number of points for the next one? Not really, huh? Because we are so close to the end. And I mean, that pirate pattern is like the main reason I want, like, just, that is just so cool. So yeah, we'll definitely try and complete the current seasonal ranking, because we want to do that for sure. And then I don't know if I want to end up trying to get another. Do I try and go for 30? So we're going for 32 right now. I'm wondering if we should go for 33. We'll see. Well, let's try and complete 32. That's what I'll do. I'll try and complete 32 right now, which gives me a pretty good time to go and cook if I decide to stop there. But then it also shows me what's required for the next seasonal rank, so I can have a better idea as to what all is left to unlock at that stage. I think that's probably our best bet. Is just to kind of work our way forwards. Oh god, oh, okay. I couldn't remember where those things were. I was like, I'm dead. It's over. Literally, the only time I've ever ended up down there with that, like, hole in the wall section have always been the times that, like, my run's over. Like, there's almost no coming back from it. So that had me very worried when I landed down there. Very, very scared for a second. Okay. That's more than usual. Usually it's... Oh, and we actually had a full 60 at the end. That's the first time I think I've ever had the full 60 people actually be in the bean drop. Okay, I feel like we're having a slower, like, queue up for... Oh, Jinxed. I don't know if... Have I ever won a Jinxed? I'm pretty sure every time I've played this, I or my team has been eliminated. Because, yeah, I don't remember a point in time where we've... Oh, and Blue even has more people than we do. Well, that seems totally fair. Like, they immediately started with an extra body. Which is, you know, it's not huge, but... definitely a bit of a concern. As I crash my face into the ground. Alright, well. Now I have to try and get these guys. There's the one up there that has to be caught for sure. Which I'm pretty sure I just got him there, but I guess you have to hold him for longer? Oh, see, there it is, the team game elimination. We had less people to start with. Oh well. Well, congrats to the Blues. That won't get me very many points. Yeah, you pretty much get 60 for making it through the first round and being eliminated in the second round. Not great. Not the worst, but not great. Vincer rip. I mean, I said it earlier in the stream, and I'm not gonna like harp on the same thing, but if solo modes could be queued separately from team modes for people that are not in teams, if I was in a team of 4 or like even a team of 3, queue me into the team games 100% of the time. But otherwise, it's 50-50. Every time I get in there, it's, you know, either my team does well and we take the win, or the team's going to do badly and we're going to lose. Or you end up being the unfortunate team that gets queued up as a different size than the other teams, and that makes it a little more challenging too, depending on if you have AFKs, depending on if you have... I mean, like one of the videos I posted where we lost, and I think it was like an egg one, was when I had 2 people on the team that were AFK, and I just took a video of like me pulling around the character because I knew we were going to lose, and that was just one of them that was AFK. That wasn't even like all of them that were, because there are a lot of people that as soon as the team game comes up, they just stop playing. Because I think, to be quite honest, they're just so used to team games going so haphazardly that they just don't want to even bother. So there's definitely an element where I think that the team game is, or does have some issues with it. Because you can't, like, in a game like this, you can't guarantee balancing, because it's random based on who made it past the previous round or who made it past the previous rounds in general. What surprises me is that team games aren't at the very beginning. Like, I don't mind that they're not, but I am a little surprised that the team game doesn't happen first, so that if you're going to get eliminated, you don't get eliminated on round 4 of 5 or 6. You get eliminated on round 1 and you hop right back in. That's kind of like my confusion on it, because you don't, to be honest, I've never seen a team game be the first game. Because they don't get into team games until the team sizes get like low enough. So like even since we have I think 40, it probably wouldn't have queued into a team game because there's no team game that would suit 40 people. But at 31, which is also a really awkward number, means either a 3-way team with one team having more, or a 2-way team with one team having more, is kind of where they probably go next on the next one. Or it queues up a slime climb to just eliminate as many people as possible. And tonight I think I've only had one slime climb the entire stream so far, which is a little surprising because normally slime climbs happen a lot more frequently, but it seems like it's not, like it definitely seems like it's 100% random. Like there's no there's not like a specific queue for like it's always going to be this if it's this type thing. But I do think that a lot of the team ones don't pop up until you're under a certain number of players, which is kind of unfortunate, because that means that you're under, it means you're in the rounds far enough potentially that you feel like your entire run's been wasted if you're the team that ends up getting, like, monster destroyed by the other team. Like, if it's a fall ball match where it's like 12-0, and you're like, well, I got first place on every single race up to this point, but now here I am with 31 people going into a team game, and I'm losing because the team game, like, we're just not getting the coordination that's required, either because people on the other side are part of teams by chance, or they just have a better understanding of the game, or whatever it may be. Yeah, it is what it is. So it's tricky, but it's fine. I cannot complain. We have 4 wins tonight alone, and we have not been streaming for like days worth of time. You know, like we're averaging essentially a win every hour or less. So that's not bad. There are people out there that don't have any wins that have been playing this since launch. So I will take what I'm getting. It could be better, but I mean, without queuing up as a team and planning strategies and everything else, like just queuing into the game to play the game, I'll take 4 wins. I'll take that for sure. I'm just gonna stay here. Just don't push me. Okay, let's see. We've got cherries. They're over there. We got a watermelon. There's an orange. Oh, I kind of hope it selects cherries. It's gonna be funny to watch everybody running for it. Oh, that's not all that exciting. That's just pretty sure it's this one here. Oops. I mixed up the color. It does happen. It does happen. Even I'm human enough to make the mistake. It must have been an apple. I must have matched, because I think apple and orange have the same background color. So I must have mixed up the background colors. Oh well. It's kind of unfortunate because we hadn't had a team game yet, so we were either going to hit the team game next, or it was going to go into another solo game, and I might have actually had a chance, but it is what it is. Oh my god, that was funny. I was a little surprised too. I was like, why is nobody standing on this? This is totally the right one. No, it's not. You have mixed up the color of the background. Alright, I'm 3 rows deep. Alright, well, in that case, being 3 rows deep. Because everybody's gonna fall down here anyways. Yeah, look at that. The person that's in front is the person that fell down. Push. Push. Oh my god, why are you jumping at me? Stop knocking everybody over with your jumps. You don't get over it faster because you jump. You're just causing everybody pain. Oh my god, some people are hilarious. Just throwing their bodies at everything. Just like a constant war zone. 42. Interesting. Technically, that's divisible by 3. Just saying. At least I'm pretty sure you can actually divide that pretty well into teams. Yep. There it is. Into 3 different teams. probably what, like 13 per team, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. That's funny. I knew it immediately too. I'm like, nah, that's divisible by teams right there. Wait, why is this yellow person trying to score in the blue? What? I'm pretty sure one of my teammates just straight up was like, yep, no, I'm gonna go score this over on the blue side. We're getting kind of rocked here. Like, this is kind of nuts. If I can take this way. Oh, because I'm the only yellow over here, so if these blue guys help me get these red balls out, potentially. Oh, poor blue. That was really weird though at the beginning, because it really did look like someone was just trying to, like, it's almost like they thought that the mode meant they had to score in the other team's color, because they were definitely hitting it towards the other team a good couple times. Block party, survival. We made it through the team game and we're into survival. Let's go. Block party. I think that's also the name of the band, if I remember right. Okay. I am far right, I think. Oh. Oh. Little laggy load there. Let's see what it throws at us. Okay, so that means it's more than likely going to send one over this way. Because it's usually what it does. It sends the opposite, yeah. And then that means the next one's probably going to be in the middle. Oh! And the opposite. People are grabbing me, trying to force me off, or trying to confuse me. That works better with the jumping game. If you do end up playing this and you're using the grab strat to try and get people knocked out, I do find that grabbing and holding people works way better with the jumping game, because it can mess up their like whenever they have to jump over the middle section. Because the thing here is that for you to really effectively take someone out by grabbing them, you have to hold them the whole way, which means you're going. Like, you're going to be eliminated too. So you would either have to be in a team and be like, okay, we're getting this person to win, or we're getting this person on to the next round. And that's like your objective at that stage. As opposed to doing it any other kind of way, but that's kind of it. Because yeah, this one's not really, like, the grabbing doesn't always help you out. Okay, it looks like we're going to be in a jump session, so this could be rough depending on if people bump each other. And we're done. Because yeah, if you bump into each other and you get knocked over with that, you just keep getting dragged by the little jumping platforms. So we'll see what that brings us down to. If it brings us to 10, we could be on a final. Or we go to a team game of 5 and 5. Oh my god. A tiptoe with 10. So that means it's only going to be looking for like 6. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna go for the early dive, because it's always interesting to see where some of the squares are to start off with. Okay, well... We either are going left or right. It could be either or, to be honest. Oh, there's a square up there. So we're probably... Let go of me, please. Let go of me. Well, that might be GG for me. Depending. Oh my god, they just keep throwing me off. These guys are good at that. Alright, I'm gonna kind of stay back here a little bit. Got it. It was either that square or one square over. They were really pushy, those ones. Really pushy. Gets us down to 6. Now a final? Or are they going to throw us another, like, surprising team and or other game? Please don't be Hex. I don't need the stress of Hex right now. What are you going to throw me? Royal Fumble. That's... I mean... Oh no, and it's me that's starting with it. Oh no. I don't like whenever I'm being chased the whole 2 minutes. That is too much stress. Oh boy. Yep, you can have it. I don't want it. At least not right now. That cactus guy go around that way. Oh wow, the diving grab. That's impressive. Oh, I got knocked off. I have not done some serious strats right there whenever you dive off and grab it. Okay, he's over on that side. Just got walloped. He did make it through though. Oh, I can't make the... dang it. Oh, pigeon's got it. I can't see. That's the only problem with that too. Visibility can be real. Cactus. Oof. Whenever you see through the level too, that's so jarring. Okay, I got it. 30 seconds. Oh, lost it. I don't even know who has it. Oh god, guys, he went that way. Did not even go the direction that they all expected. Oh, I can't quite reach him. Oh, this mammoth guy. Oh! Oh, that was rough at the end. That was really tough. Really tough. Good for them. That was a rough round. There was a lot of back and forth on that. Very hard to see, too. As the camera's going through the ground, going through all the different, like, platforms. Very tough. So, kudos to them for taking that. Yeah, look at that. Got ourselves some more crowns, got ourselves an unlock. I think we'll go for one more round, and then I'll go to cook my stuff here. So this is the last one, guys. Last round. Vincer, join us on Steam then. I mean, I will. I'll totally join you guys on Steam whenever I have a little bit more time. I want to try and grind out the full season for here. Like, I want to try and unlock all the stuff for here on the PS4 first, and then I'll probably hop onto the Steam one. I will have to set some money aside because it's been pretty expensive working on the yard. I have to genuinely budget. And that may seem crazy whenever you're like listening to someone who's got like a house and all that other stuff, that like $30 some would be like something they have to budget for. But yes, it is something I have to budget for. Because my accounts are very low at the moment. So definitely want to make sure I'm not putting myself in the red just to have another copy of Fall Guys. As much as it's a great game and I want to support it, I don't know if I wanted to, not sure if I want to end up supporting it in that sense. That might be taking it a little bit extreme. There's an element where, like, you can like a game and really want to support a game, but there's definitely another element where you have to be realistic about it. And, like, if your finances, like, being able to eat is more important than having a copy of a video game to play with your friend, is an example. And I'm not saying that I'm in any way in rough shape like that, but it's just a matter of I want to make sure that I'm not overexpending, because things are expensive right now. Thanks to the COVID-19 outbreak. I don't know about anywhere else, but I know, like, because of all the, like, the limitations for, like, oh, gas isn't as available anymore, so now gas prices are up, so it costs more to drive to work. The fact that you have to wear masks, like, yeah, it's I'm not saying that it's an issue for me. Like, personally, I don't have a problem wearing a mask, but there's a cost associated with buying a mask. So there is kind of some stuff there where it's like there's extra expenditures that have kind of popped up that have kind of made things a little more expensive, along with the fact that we're working on a large project that normally would be thousands of dollars worth of investment. That, yeah, we're doing it ourselves, but it's still not cheap, just the material alone. It's kind of crazy, but I get it. It's like, what's your time worth, right? Like, what are you willing to pay time-wise? And, like, I know there's a lot of folks out there that don't get it, but it's like, you have a contractor come over to do your, you do your garden or do whatever, and, like, there's an element where that's going to cost you a good chunk of money. And you may be like, well, it's just plants, it's just soil, like, a bag of soil is only, like, $5-6. Like, why is this so expensive? And all that other stuff. But it's like, it's the labor. You're paying for the fact that you don't have to do the labor. So there's definitely an element where if you do take on a project, you really have to consider what's worth more to you, your time or your money. Watermelon. So this way. But yeah, like, so we made that calculation. We figured out that we would do it ourselves. And doing it ourselves meant that we had to invest all the money into the upfront, into all the materials, and man, oh man, I'm gonna tell you, thousands of stones cost a lot of money. Apple over here. And the sad part was, we were like, we'll just work on this, we'll work on that, but then, like, so you have to get like, permits for it, and you also have to get, like, rules set in place for, like, where you're allowed to dig, if you're going to dig, and what you can't dig, and how deep you can go, and stuff like that. And that has, like, a time limit on it. And then whenever you throw in that, like, at least here in, like, my section of Canada where I live, the materials for, like, decks and for, like, outdoor stuff are sold out, like, all over the province, to the point where it's a complete shortage, and they increase the prices by, like, 25% or 30% as a result. Like, it's so hard to get a hold of things. I actually know of a person and this is like family friend who had informed my family, like my family member that told us this, that what they were going to do was they were going to rent a trailer. They were going to go to the one place in the province that still had wood, and they were just going to buy all the lumber. And my family member asked them, they're like, well, what are you going to build? And they went, well, it's not a matter of building, I just don't want to run out of wood. And I'm just like, and this is why toilet paper was at a shortage for so bloody long, because it's people like this that whenever they hear shortage, they then think they have to own every single piece of toilet paper on the planet. Now this is hilarious here. See, I'm going to want to block the blues, because the reds, if the reds get to 100%, yeah, they automatically queue up. We're done. We're eliminated. It's over. I don't even think we can... Yeah, the blue one's too far ahead. So, what happens in this particular game is a lot of teams will go around and they'll try and block each other. And when they do that, whatever team's blocking you, if they're already out, like if they've already got the 100%, they just disappear off the map. So they're actually out of your way. So you don't usually worry about that. You then decide, okay, well, if the reds are going to try and block us, they're going to disappear shortly. Let's go and block the blues, because the blues is the only other competitor that we actually have, because the reds are already out. But yeah, in that case, once again, a team game, we're eliminated, it's all over. The run's finished. That's like kind of story of my life, which is fine. We're just gonna quit out of here. Man, you know what I said? One more. I'm gonna do one more again, because I don't like being eliminated by a team game personally. So it does make me want to try queuing up for one that doesn't include a team game at that stage, or at least not being eliminated by a team game. I want to be eliminated like in the Royal Fumble we had, where that guy just got it at the end whenever it was just a huge cluster of everybody all stuck together, all squishing and jumping and grabbing and everything else, and that guy got away with it. Like, good for you. Like, that's the way I want to get knocked out. I don't want to get knocked out by, oh wow, like this team did better than we did, or they, you know, this other team, like the red team, blocked us, and therefore the blue team was able to get past us, as the red team finished in first, and then... So, we will try. I do need to get the Triceratops tail at some point. I'm still missing that part of the costume. It's unfortunate. We'll take a look at some of my costume stuff there after, too. I'm kind of curious as to where that's all... Oh, this might be... This may not be any good. We are in a rough seesaw right now. Hopefully... Yep, this is bad. They are, like, 45 degrees and more. Okay, please no. Please no. Oh, okay. Whew. Got lucky there. Because, yeah, as soon as one of those tips far enough, it's like, oof. It's rough to continue. Okay. Can I get up on the... Yes, okay. Look at that guy that's up in front. Like, he is miles away from anybody else. Well done to them. Like, that is... Oh, we're... Oh, no. Oh, no. No, guys, we need to... There we go. Seesaw is very much a team game without realizing that it's a team game. Because, really, wherever you end up going dictates how it's going to go for you. Little pigeon man. That can be really rough sometimes. But yeah, that person that ended up in first was like miles ahead of anybody else. Like, I don't know how he did that. Normally you've got like a little pack of like 4 or 5 of them that are usually close to the front. But that guy was like long gone. Okay, we got ourselves some dancing competition going on there, but then finally realized that they might as well queue out because otherwise they could be eliminated. There's one more to go through and then it's done. There we go. Top 20%, I'll take it. I will take it. So who is our first place person? Like the person that was long, long gone. Like I wonder who that was of all these people that are here because like they were way off in the distance. Let's see what we got. Come on. If you're going to queue up a team game, do it now. Or do a slime. Let's do a slime climb. Oh. That's not going to eliminate a lot of people. So that's probably going to queue us for a team game for round 3. Assuming that we make it through this. Yeah, 15. So that's going to probably queue us for either a 3-team or a 2-team unbalanced game. Oh my god, how did that person miss that jump? At times I wonder if some of the missed jumps and stuff are because of lag. Or because of like connection stuff as opposed to people actually like messing up or whatever, because there's definitely an element where sometimes you watch as a person goes flying on this and you go, what were they thinking? It really makes you think that like they saw something different than what I'm seeing on my screen. Wow, that guy's very lucky to be alive, that red one. Oh my god, and one just fell right there. I actually saw that. I'll admit I don't normally pay attention to the other players because I was trying to focus on my own, like crossing the bridge to Terabithia moment or whatever. But I definitely saw one just there was just a gap between the 2 squares and off he went. So what does that leave us with? 22. Once again, 2 teams of 11. 2 teams of 11 for fall ball. Oh, or Hoopsie Daisy. I always forget that this is a team game. Oh, but then it's split by 3, so there's a team of 6. No, there's teams... What is it, like a team of... Oh, that's probably not fair. Like, that's gotta be very unbalanced, I would think. Oh my god, I can never get that jump. I'm not even gonna try anymore. That's a ring that, for some reason, I have the hardest time with. Oh, it bunched me. Let me get that one at least. We're not doing awfully, but the blues can definitely catch back up to us, so I gotta try and oh. Yeah, I really don't know the trick for this ring. Something I gotta learn for, like, later strats, I guess. Because that ring is... Oh, that was a ring that was worth a chunk. The blues have just passed us with that snag. That was a really good snag for them. Okay, well, we're not gonna get that one. So I'm gonna grab this one. I wish I could have grabbed that one, but the red guy's there. There's one up top. I'm gonna see if I can get those. Got 2. Not bad, I'll take it. Oh, that was a goal. That was just a little too early. Hopefully I can beat other teams up there. Oh, no, it's already gone. Dang it. It's gonna come back. Unqualified anyhow. I'll take it. I definitely was hunting for that gold one after that spawn as I fell off the top. So the blues got eliminated, so it's 14. So it's still 2 teams of 7. Or it could be 3 teams of, well, 2 teams of 5 and 1 team of 4. Oh no, tiptoe. So it's looking for probably 9 or 10 here to make it through the tiptoe. So we might actually queue up for a final if we can make it through this. I'm not going to say that I will, because I've had really weird runs with these. It's 8, not even 9. Ooh. That's almost half. So that is a significantly smaller number than I would have expected. Okay, well, we found ourselves the straight line here. Then goes to, what, over here somewhere? Okay. Oh, there is a square up that way, so it's more than likely that we have to go up here, over this way, and then it's either one over, yeah, it's this one over, and then it's, there it is. That's the end. Nice. I have actually seen videos of people that just jump to each of the different sections by chance and make it, which is pretty cool. But it's tough to do. It's tough to pull off. Alright, so with 8, do we go to a final? Is it a royal fumble? Is it a hex? Is it a jump? What is it? What are you going to throw us for a final? Just a straight fall mountain. I'll take this. So final round, final fall mountain for tonight. Would love to get a win, but if not, it's all good. We made it this far. Okay, let's go. Okay, that ball, yep, we're good. One there, so I'm gonna come this way. Oh, totally flattened by that one coming down. That put us in a very bad spot. That pigeon is ahead of us. Just dodge another one right there. Crown, please go up. Yes. Gives me more time. Oh, so close. They deserved that, though. I got absolutely pummeled. Oh, and he's got, like, the seasonal reward, too. The hunter's garb or whatever. Plus the robot fisher. Cool. Alright, guys. Thank you for everybody that's come to check out this stream. It's been good chatting with everybody about music and about all kinds of other stuff. We did really well. I'll take that. We got a good chunk of wins tonight. We got 4 total wins. We ended up with a lot of final rounds, which is really good. We're in fame level 32, so we just need 8 more levels to finish the season. And then I can move on to the Steam version. Oh, I did say I was going to switch over to my my bullet one. Like, even be a red face bullet one. That's really cool. I'm really glad that they put that in here. That's a really neat one. And then, of course, we have all the different other... We got our T-Rex, we got our hot dog, we got our ninja. I really do hope that they have cross-save, because I would like to carry some of this stuff over, but not the end of the world if I don't. I can always make a new character here. Very cool. Very, very cool. Definitely sticking with the legendary pattern. Legendary T-Rex color. I love that you can't see any of it whenever you have the... There we go. That's what it actually looks like. That's the color and the pattern. you just can't see any of it whenever you have the bullet one on, but that's cool. So anyways, as I say, thank you guys. We'll see you guys on the next one. It may be that I try and do something single player later tonight. It may not be that that's the case or not. I don't know. We'll see how things go. But yeah, we'll see what kind of pops up next. And of course, I'll continue to be playing Fall Guys. So you're more than welcome to come and join me if you want to come join me on the PS4. And I'm also going to be playing, hopefully, sooner rather than later on Steam. I just want to, as I say, I want to get through that seasonal progress before I fire up a brand new character on a brand new device. And also make sure I'm not overexpending on things that I shouldn't overexpend on. So, thank you again for those of you that watch this live, those of you that watch this archive, whatever it may be. Much appreciated. And we'll see you guys on the next one.